Welcome to r/malicious compliance, where OP's manager wants them to work without the proper safety equipment because they can't get a voucher for them. This first post is by Clever Name Podcast. I work for a very large shipping company in Canada. I work early in the morning loading trucks as needed, would go out there and deliver packages. At first, it was here and there, but soon became normal after that. After my first regularly scheduled shift, I would go out and deliver. This wasn't a requirement of my job. I was basically doing it as a favor because it looks really bad on the managers to have packages go undelivered. And I thought it would look good on me. I did this for a few years without any issue. One winter, one of the drivers at a different depot slipped and hurt himself while out delivering. This caused the new initiative to force all drivers to wear super slip-proof boots that have glass embedded in them. These run about $250. All the drivers received vouchers that would cover the cost because there are requirements of doing the job. When I went to the manager to ask if I would be getting a voucher, he replied with, "No, sorry, you're not a courier," and then walked away. And I went and told the other employees that were in a similar situation to mine, and they were pretty displeased. The next day, as usual, after my shift, the manager started telling me the things I would be delivering for him that day. I waited for him to finish and responded with, "Sorry, I'm not a courier." He looked very confused, like he didn't remember our conversation from the day before. So I explained that I wasn't going to go out delivering because I wouldn't have had the proper safety equipment. He had that "I just smelt a fart" face and looked at me for a second. He said, "If you just work a few extra shifts, then you can afford to buy the boots yourself." I was actually stunned. I didn't know what to say. We just stared at each other for a minute. I eventually replied, sort of laughing because of how ridiculous this is. "So you want me to work without the safety equipment you made mandatory until I can afford to buy it for myself?" He scoffed at me like a 14-year-old girl and walked away without an answer. A few others followed suit, and when the managers asked them to go out delivering for their shifts, they replied with, "Sorry, I'm not a courier." After all was said and done, they had so many leftover packages, a few companies started dropping contracts, which directly affects managers' end-of-year bonuses. They ended up having to give promotion to a lot of the workers because they were doing double work for half the pay to cover all the backlog. So we ended up getting paid more to do less. And best of all, we finally got our safety boots. Well, OP, I just have to say that your manager is kind of, maybe a little bit flat out stupid. This next post is by Stuck in Atmosphere. Some backstory. I took some time off and got hired at a big-name retail store in a local mall. Been working there for a while now, and school starts up again, so I gave my 2 weeks as a courtesy. My immediate manager says she's sorry to see me go, then asks me to come in on a certain day to help, even though I'm not on the schedule to finish up some inventory. Okay, no problem. Fast forward to yesterday, when I arrived at work. I go to clock in, then get an error. My immediate manager comes over with a really puzzled look on her face, and then just overrides it. Odd, maybe scheduling just forgot to add me? Oh well. 2 hours, and I'm lugging a massive cart full of clothes across the store when Big Boss, our store manager, shows up. The conversation went something like this. "Why are you still here? Didn't you give your 2 weeks?" "Well, yes, but department manager asked me to come in to finish inventory." "She has more than enough people for that, and you aren't on schedule. Stop working and leave, please." Cue Malicious Compliance. I abandoned the cart right there and went into them right there in the middle of the store and went to clock out. Fun fact, one of my coworkers that had a mandatory hour-long break coming that I would normally fill in for, since I couldn't, that meant they had to find someone within 15 minutes. Guess who was the only employee on the floor? Big Boss couldn't even go up to his office to grab a water bottle because there was a massive line at our station. I walked out the store 6 hours early, knowing the manager who kicked me out needed me to do my job for the next hour. Good times. I know it was short, but I'm done. Sorry I suck at this. Hopefully I improve. Bye.